Hello everyone, DonTheCrown here, and today Diablo 4 is adding 5 brand new Malignant Rings, which bring back the Season 1 Malignant powers to be 1 for each class. And I want to talk real quick about how absolutely ridiculous the Sorceress ring is. Out of all of the classes, I personally think that Sorc got the best ring out of all of them, and it's just insane. Let's go through it real quick. So all rings give you all resistance and normally just a specific resistance. This is just going to give us more all res. This is only 800 item power, so this is going to go up quite a bit. This will scale with that. And then next we have non-physical damage. This is really good for Frigid Fate, which scales off of cold damage, which counts this as well. So this is kind of a more multiplier if you're using Frigid Fate. And yes, for my ball lightning build, I've updated the paragon board to take advantage of Frigid Fate. I've changed things around, so go check that out in the description down below. Lucky hit chance really kind of isn't very good for ball lightning, but if you're really needing lucky hit chance, it's kind of okay, although going only up to like 9% here after you upgrade the ring is not really all that great. Resource generation though is really good. We get a lot of resource generation in ball lightning. We're just generating resources nonstop. So it's just going to give us more mana whenever we gain mana. Cooldown reduction is also very nice here because you normally cannot get cooldown reduction on a ring. And so this is just unique to this. Unfortunately, there is no crit chance on the ring, which is kind of bad. That said, you might be thinking, all right, Don, is this aspect on this actually worth getting? And I have to say that this is probably the most busted aspect in the entirety of the game on almost any unique. I think maybe Harlequin Crest might be better than this for sure, with getting the +4 all ranks and getting the damage reduction. But this is probably a close second. Because Tal'Rasha is basically what it does is when you hit with an elemental damage source, and this counts all the elements, you're going to get a buff stack. And this could be 10 to 15% more damage for 4 seconds. And this is its own separate multiplier. And dealing elemental damage refreshes all of the bonuses. And as a Sorc, typically it's pretty easy to get like fire, lightning, and cold. And with my ball lightning build, we're easily getting all of those. But there are more elemental sources that are also really easy to take advantage of, especially thanks to vampire powers. So Metamorphosis gives us access to physical damage, which yes, is I believe its own stack here as well. And then we can also go out and get Infection, which is going to give us poison damage. Now, I'm probably going to replace Anticipation here with Infection to get poison damage. And these are pretty good. Now, not 100% positive if physical damage here will count, but we also have the Vampire Curse here that stores enemy souls. And then when you cast a defensive skill here, which is like our teleport or flame shield, that is going to release that stored soul. We're not really sure what damage type that is. That could be shadow damage perchance. And if it is, well, we're just going to get another stack. Now, if you don't want to use Infection, but you have like a Andariel's hat, that's another way to get poison damage. But yeah, if we have lightning, cold, fire, just those is 45% more plus poison. We're up to 60%. And if physical happens to count, that's actually going to go all the way up to 75%, which is just a lot of damage. And if shadow also magically works, we're looking at like a 90% multiplier on a ring. And this is assuming that this is additive with itself and not multiplicative, because if it is multiplicative, it's over double damage on a ring, which is just absolutely bonkers. And you don't really even need to do anything. The buff from this thing is going to stay up whenever you do any source of elemental damage, which means that if you hit an enemy with your Firebolt enchantment, it's going to apply burning damage for 8 seconds. And so when you're like lightning spears flying off in the middle of nowhere hitting enemies, that's going to count. And any enemy it hits like off the screen is going to burn for 8 seconds. So you're going to have a large window to keep this damage rolling. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. This power was kind of under the radar a little bit in season 1. I definitely used it. I was really noticeable with my my damage. And I think it's only going to be more ridiculous this season thanks to vampire powers. Not too sure about the physical damage just yet, but we'll have to see. Hope you guys have a good time. Come by the stream if you have any questions, and check out the updated build guide in the description down below. We'll see you soon.